Hey there, welcome back to my channel. Today I'll be showing you how I made this diorama of the coloured rooms from the Elder Scrolls series. Meridia is the Daedric Prince of infinite energies, which sounds like it could mean a lot of things, but in the games that tends to mean we end up dealing with the undead. Probably something to do with the undead being an insult to life or something. I don't know, I'm not a lore expert. According to the unofficial Elder Scrolls wiki, the coloured rooms is described as a mass of coral and floating rocks. So that's what I ended up going with for my representation of it. This diorama starts off like the others have, with a craft coaster. Wait, what's this?
A new hand touches the beacon.
Oh god f***ing damn it. I start by painting the coaster a sort of dark blue, and then add some streaks of fluorescent green and pink on top. The green turned out alright, but the pink kind of ended up looking really bad. I was trying to go for a kind of like airy, mystical kind of look, but it didn't really work. Once dry, the coaster gets 3 layers of varnish. I wasn't sure how acrylic paint would react to UV resin, and I wasn't about to find out. Speaking of UV resin, I tape off the edges of the coaster, and then pour a very thin layer onto the coaster itself. I had to make sure this layer was very thin, otherwise it wouldn't cure. Hence why you see me tilting the coaster around. To help with the pink problem, I added some pink dye into the resin and then very gently swirled it around. I was trying not to introduce too many bubbles, and I think I mostly succeeded. Before proceeding with curing the resin, however, I had to make a rock out of clay. This rock is going to be putting in some serious work, and is pretty much the only thing that's going to be holding this entire diorama together. Or at least that's what everything is going to be resting on. Once baked, I plopped it into the resin, and then set the lamp on it to cure. A couple of minutes later, it's ready to go. The rest of this model is just pieces of clay, to be honest with you. Yeah, there's this longer bit that kind of looks interesting, but after painting it white and then giving it a green wash, it looks a little less interesting. I mostly just made up these pieces of coral like on the fly. I did maybe 5 seconds of research into types of coral and then just decided to wing it, but I do think the assortment of colours here are pretty good, and I kinda hope that in the end everything reads as a coral reef, with a couple of extra rocks mixed in. I throw everything into the oven for a bake, and then add some finishing touches to a few select pieces. From there it's just a case of assembling the various bits and pieces. For finishing touches, I added some clumps of mottled grass to help it look more like plant life of some sort, and then added a gloss varnish to the resin. And with that, it's finished. Thank you for watching. I've realised that I'm now going to start running into the problem of trying to represent these Daedric planes, as there's quite a few that we haven't even visited in any of the games, so a lot of it's just going to be left up to interpretation at this stage, I think. Regardless, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you all in the next one. Until then, have a good one.